Is it anger or anxiety? You are angry or you are anxious? You just keep on calling somebody. They are not picking up your call. Maybe they are busy, maybe they are sleeping, and you just keep on calling that person. You are in anger or in anxiety. Like they don't love me enough, they don't respect me enough, they don't give me enough importance. That's why they are not picking up my call. And you just keep on calling them. This is anxiety, honey. This is not anger. Anger is like, I called you, you don't pick up my call, I'm not going to pick up your call. Maybe this is anger. But keep on calling somebody, crying, weeping, thinking that that person is not in love with you, thinking that you are not worth enough, thinking that that person is not respect you enough now. And one day before, you call them I love you and they call you I love you. This is anxiety, honey. Let's deep dive into this video. Okay, let's just, sorry for this hindrance. Okay, let's just deep dive into this video in the psychological perspective. Now you are ready to learn some psychology with me or from me. Okay, let's just get into the video. Watch this video till the end to change your anxiety into anger. Now it's time. Okay, why I'm saying that this is anxiety and not anger? Maybe you say that this is my anger, this is my way to show anger. If they are not picking up my one call, I'm going to call them again and again, again and again. This is anxiety, honey. This is your reverse psychology. This is your reaction towards their action. Why this anxiety comes a kink in? Because you see your worth from their eyes. You somehow see your whole worth, your whole love, what love you deserve, they love you or not, your whole self respect. You see from their perspective. You just correlate your self-worth with that person's eyes. If that person come and give you importance, you are happy. If that person come and call you, you are happy. Then where is your anxiety goes? When that person come and give you some logic, why you become so normal, just like this? Why? If it's your anger, it should last for at least 24 hours, but it doesn't. You are angry this point of time, you call them again and again, again and again, and if that person come and call you, you become like just normal. Why? This is anxiety. Because then you get back your whole self-worth from that person. That person come and give you importance, you feel important. You feel like now I'm important, now I'm worthy. Really? Your self-respect is just so small that you correlate with other person. You see your worth from other people's eyes. In childhood, you see your worth from your parents' eyes. You see your self-love, self-worth, everything from your parents' eyes. Now you see your self-worth and self-respect and everything from your lover's eyes. You never see yourself from your own eyes. Why? That's why you trigger easily. That's why anybody come and hurt you. That's why that person, you feel like that person is behaving with you in certain way and treat you in certain way because that person is not respecting you enough. No, it's not about that person, it's not about your parents, it's about you, baby. You are not respecting yourself enough. I am asking you this question: where are you in this whole scenario? Where are you? Where are you? Did you ever think like this? Like, why I am seeing my whole existence, my whole self-worth from other person's eyes? Why I get so happy when somebody give me importance? Why I become so sad and crying when somebody just snatch some attention from my side? Why? Is this fragile you are? Is this is your self-worth? Is this is the love you have for yourself? Like, if I love myself, if my self-worth is totally depend on me, nobody in this world has power to make me conscious, to make me question my own self-worth? Nobody. Like, if that person, then that this whole scenario is just so easy. Like, if that person is not picking up my call, I'm not going to call that person again. If they want to, they can call back me. And if I want to, I'm gonna pick up. And if I don't want to, I'm not going to pick up. That's it. Then it's not about anxiety, ego, anger, keep on calling, or whatever. It's not about that. And if it is about that, then it's an anxiety. Now, let's talk about how to overcome this. Since this is from your childhood, it starts from your childhood, consciously or subconsciously. You always seek validation, seek self worth from your parents or from your family members. If your parents proud of you, if your parents give has given you importance, you feel important. You felt important in the past. And that's how you correlate this behavior with your lover now. That's a little psychology behind this. Now, how to overcome this? That's the main important thing. You don't want to learn psychology, I know that. You Nobody has that much interest in that, right? But I have. Okay, for overcoming, first thing first, you have to do, honey. So important. Little by little, from small steps, you have to snatch back all your self-worth from that person to yourself. Start seeing your self-worth, your self-importance, everything from your own perspective, from your own eyes. For example, let's just take an example to clear this out for you. If that person ever not picking up your call, not give you that importance, or maybe he or she is busy, think like this, like, I call them, they don't pick up my call because maybe they are busy. When they call back me in any time, I'm gonna ask them, and if I don't want to talk to them, I'm going to just ignore them for some time and then I call back them or whatever. That's how. You shouldn't be thinking, or if that thought comes in ever, that I'm not enough, that person is not in love with me, you have to stop that right there. All right there, and think like, no, I am worthy, I know that. And you have to convert your negative thought into positive. That's how you work on yourself. Second thing, start respecting yourself. Whenever you say something to somebody, you should remember that thing and you should stick on that. No matter how hard that word, that line, that thing to pursue, if you ever say somebody that I'm not going to accept this behavior again, you should not, never, in any condition, accept that behavior again. You should stick to your own words. That's how you show yourself, your brain, and that person that you respect yourself enough. What most of the women's or person doing is, they save things in anger and they themselves forgot about it, and that person also knew that he or she is just saying in the anger, they will get back, normal after some time. They don't mean this. They don't mean this. That's the freaking, bad thing for you. If you ever say anything to anyone, you have to stick with it. Stick with your words. Your words are your power. You have to show your brain that you respect yourself. And that's how you start respecting yourself. If I ever say anything to you, like, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to accept this is my boundary, you can never see me crossing those boundaries. You can never. I can, leave that person, but I cannot cross my boundaries then. That's how strong your personality should be. And I'm not always like this. I'm making myself like this because of some situations, because of life. Everything happens for a reason, and I think that's so nice. Everyone go through something, and especially we Indians have so many traumas from our childhood that we have to work on it to get our life better. You cannot get anything by blaming your parents, by blaming anybody. You cannot get anything. It just makes your life more complicated. It's your trauma. You have to work on it. You have to get better out of it, and you have to, change your life to the better. That's the motto of our life, right? It's our journey. We have all the power to change the directions. It's your life, it's your choice. You want to make your the whole journey beautiful, or you just want to keep on blaming other person or the scenarios or the situations. Like for example, you are going to the Manali, and you think that the journey is so beautiful, you just keep on enjoying the journey and everything, and there is somebody who just keep on blaming the traffic, blaming the roads, blaming the car or whatever. That's your choice. Life is also like this. It's a journey. You have your traumas, you have your setbacks, you have your past experiences. Somebody, you know gave you heartbreak or cheated on you, whatever it is. You have to move on. You have to forgive them, forgive yourself. And sometimes by leaving somebody, or somebody's just left from your life, they give you a favor. Literally, they give you a favor, because they give you space to be better, to get somebody better. They make space for someone better. And I feel this is the truth. I never i never blame anybody in my life, like why that person cheated on me or why that person left, whatever. I feel blessed that they left. I feel blessed that I am who I am right now. I feel blessed. I am happy with myself because I know who I was. And I'm terrified of thinking like that. I was so obnoxious. I was so insecure. I was just lost. And now here I am. And I'm happy. You can see. I am happy. I am content. I know who I am now. I know my worth now. And I think that experiences just taught me this. And that was so important. So stop blaming anybody. It's not about other people, it's all about you and us. So take your responsibility in your hands and change your life. Stop seeing your worth from other people's eyes. Start seeing yourself from your own eyes, and you are beautiful. You are just unique. Nobody in this life is perfect. For a relationship to work, you have to forgive each other each day, every day. You have to love yourself, love that person every day. You choose to love. Love is not just about feeling, it's about responsibility, it's about choices that you make every day. That person is going to hurt you, that person is going to do some mistakes, you are going to hurt them, going to do some mistakes. Nobody on this planet is perfect, but you choose that heartbreak, right? You choose that person, you choose that situations, you choose yourself. You also has to sometimes forgive yourself for your past mistakes, for your traumas, for everything that you've been through, and keep on choosing yourself, keep on loving yourself. That's what life is. When you see couples 60 years, 70 years together, or 50 years together, how they are, because they forgive each other every day, they choose to love each other every day. And that's how life works, that's how relationship works. We have problems with our parents, we have problems with our family, but we just don't love them. We forgive them, we fight with them, we choose to love them every day. That's how other relationships work. It's my opinion, honey. And I want you to break this cycle of trauma, of anxiety. Just start respecting yourself. That's the solution of most of the problems in your life. When you stop connecting yourself with other people in a negative way, when you just disconnect, you love that person but who you are, and you just disconnect from the whole scenario and see the problem or the situation from your own perspective, without anger, without any anxiety, anger, jealousy or anything, insecurity. Then you can see the clear picture that it's not that big deal, you know. It's not that big that you make it. You overthink it because you have that anxiety. So I just want you to overcome that anxiety. And if you find this video helpful, do like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna come with the next video. I hope you will get all your answers then. Bye bye.